Mr. Henderson, Mr. Andrés de Fonollosa, open up. HOA compliance. This is your final notice. Berlin. Final notice? How delightfully dramatic. Do come in, gentlemen. Don't linger on the threshold like timid salesmen. The draft is unrefined. Mr. Henderson, we are here regarding multiple, egregious violations of the Silver Pines Estate's covenants, conditions, and restrictions. My name is Henderson, Chair of the Compliance Committee. This is Ms. Dubois, Treasurer, and Mr. Finch, Head of Grounds Enforcement. Ms. Dubois. Good afternoon, Mr. de Fonollosa. We've sent several certified letters. Mr. Finch. Yeah. Ignored them all. Not smart. Berlin. Ignored? My dear Mr. Finch, one does not ignore bureaucracy. One curates it, like fine art, or a particularly tedious opera. Please do sit. You look positively rigid. It's bad for the digestion. Sherry? No? Pity. It's an exceptional 85. Mr. Henderson, will stand. Thank you. Violation 1. Unauthorized landscaping modification. Specifically, the removal of approved hybrid tea roses and their replacement with black calla lilies and thorn bushes. Article 7, Section 3.2. Berlin, the peace roses. Ghastly things. Sentimental and common. My lilies possess a sophisticated morbidity, don't you think? Elegant. Like a well-tailored funeral. And the thorns, a necessary reminder that beauty often defends itself. Article 7, Section 3.2, you say? Fascinating. Does it specify color? Or merely genus and compliance with local flora non grata lists? I assure you, my lilies are perfectly legal, if aesthetically challenging for the conventional palate. Ms. Dubois. It specifies adherence to the approved plant list. Black calla lilies are not on it. They are funereal. They lower property values. Berlin. Property values? My dear Ms. Dubois, true value is intrinsic, not dictated by the herd mentality of suburban sensibilities. My lilies are an investment in originality. A fine of, what does your little clipboard suggest? $250? For daring to cultivate the unique? How pedestrian. Consider it declined. Mr. Finch. You can't just decline a fine. Berlin. Can't I? Watch me. It's remarkably liberating. Next violation. I'm positively tingling with anticipation. Mr. Henderson. Violation 2. Excessive noise disturbance. Specifically, piano playing between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. Multiple complaints. Article 12, Section 1. Quiet enjoyment. Berlin. My midnight sonatas. List. Chopin. Occasionally a little satie when the mood is suitably absurd. Article 12, Section 1. Quiet enjoyment. A delightfully ambiguous phrase. Who defines quiet? The insomniac retiree next door with the hearing aid turned up to 11? Or perhaps the term enjoyment is key. I assure you, I enjoy my playing immensely. Is my enjoyment less valid than my neighbor's enjoyment of blessed silence? And does the covenant specify decibel levels, Mr. Henderson? Or merely subjective interpretations of disturbance? I possess a certified acoustics report stating the sound levels within my home, even during fortissimo passages, fall well below the county's noise ordinance thresholds. Your covenant cannot supersede county law, can it? That would be illegal. A fine for legal activity? How Kafkaesque. Declined. Ms. Dubois. The spirit of the covenant. Berlin. Is as nebulous as smoke, Ms. Dubois. Law, however, is concrete. Stick to the concrete. It suits your disposition. Next. Mr. Henderson. Violation 3. Unauthorized exterior modification. The installation of a statue in the front courtyard. Article 9, Section 5.1. All exterior modifications require architectural committee approval. None was sought. Berlin. Statue? Please. That is Elegy in Bronze, a limited edition piece by the tragically underappreciated Argentinian sculptor, Esteban Cruz. It's not a modification. It's art. Temporary art at that. A loan from my private collection. Article 9, Section 5.1. Does it define modification? Does installing a potted plant require approval? Hanging a seasonal wreath? Or is it solely for structural changes? My elegy sits upon the existing flagstones. It modifies nothing but the viewer's perspective. And approval? I find committees stifle artistic vision. They tend to favor gnomes. Declined. Mr. Finch. It's a 10-foot-tall naked dude looking sad. Kids can see it. Berlin. Naked? Mr. Finch, it's classical nudity. The human form in its purest, most aesthetic state. An education in Greco-Roman ideals. Should we shroud Michelangelo's David? Cover the Venus de Milo? Barbarism. If children are disturbed, perhaps their parents should explain art, rather than demand its censorship. The fine, forced Philistinism, declined with prejudice. Mr. Henderson. This is unacceptable defiance. Mr. de Fonollosa. The fine stand. $250 for the lilies. $500 for the repeated noise violations. $1,000 for the unapproved statue. Total. $1,750. Payable within 30 days, or we initiate lien proceedings. We have the authority. Berlin, authority? You wield your clipboards and bylaws like blunt instruments, gentlemen. Ms. Du Bois, you mistake procedure for power. True power lies in perception, in knowing where the cracks are in your pristine little edifice. Sit. Now. Berlin. Let's discuss authority, shall we? Mr. Henderson, Chair of the Compliance Committee, Pillar of the Community. Also, the owner of Unit 12B in the Seaside Breezes condominium complex downtown? Lovely view, I hear. Pity about the unauthorized rental. Mr. Henderson. Wha? How do you? That's a lie. I live there. Berlin. Do you? Fascinating. Because according to the rental portal Luxury Stays, Unit 12B has been booked solid for the next 6 months by various tourists, paid for via an offshore account linked to a shell corporation. Henderson Holdings, LLC. Registered in Delaware. Very discreet. Except, of course, to someone who knows where to look. Article 3, Section 1.1 of your Silver Pines CC and RS explicitly forbids leasing properties for less than 1 year. A flagrant violation by the chairman himself. The hypocrisy is delicious. Ms. Du Bois. Henderson? Is this true? Mr. Henderson. It's a misunderstanding. Temporary. Berlin, and you, Ms. Du Bois. Treasurer. Meticulous with the association's funds. Less meticulous, it seems, with the Silver Pines Social Improvement Fund? That charming little slush fund fed by voluntary contributions strongly encouraged during violation hearings. $15,000 diverted over the past 18 months? For administrative fees paid to a company called Du Bois Consulting, owned by your cousin, I believe? Embezzlement is such an ugly word. Article 15, Section 8. Fiduciary duty. Breached quite spectacularly. Ms. Du Bois. That money, it was for landscaping upgrades. I have invoices. Berlin. Do you? I have bank transfers and emails between you and cousin Pierre, detailing the creative accounting. Rather damning. Berlin. Mr. Finch. Don't worry. Your sin is simpler, more visceral. The lovely Mrs. Peterson in Unit 42. Her prize-winning azaleas mysteriously perished last spring after she declined your rather persistent romantic advances? A tragic case of herbicide misapplication? By someone with access to the HOA's gardening supplies? Vandalism and harassment. Quite against the spirit of the community, wouldn't you say? Mr. Finch. You got no proof. Berlin. I have security camera footage, Mr. Finch. From my cameras. Pointed, quite coincidentally, towards Mrs. Peterson's garden. The timestamp matches perfectly with your nocturnal patrol. The brand of herbicide matches the stock in the HOA shed. Proof is a beautiful thing. Berlin, so we find ourselves at an impasse. You came to enforce petty fines, to flex your minuscule authority. I, however, possess the keys to your professional ruin, social ostracization, and potential incarceration. Mr. Henderson faces massive fines from his own board and likely eviction from Seaside Breezes for his lease violation. Ms. Du Bois faces embezzlement charges and prison stripes. Mr. Finch faces assault charges and a restraining order from the formidable Mrs. Peterson. All because you dared to challenge the symphony I conduct within my own walls. Mr. Henderson, what do you want? Berlin, simplicity itself. You will tear up those violation notices. You will ensure no further inspections or complaints regarding my property ever darken my doorstep. My lilies will bloom, my piano will sing into the night, and elegy in bronze will contemplate the stars for as long as I deem fit. You will also revise the approved plant list to include Xantadeschia, Black Star. Consider it an aesthetic upgrade. In return, your little secrets remain buried, deeply, securely, unless, of course, you provoke me again. Ms. Du Bois, we agree. Mr. Finch, yeah, fine, whatever. Mr. Henderson, consider the fines rescinded. Berlin, excellent, a triumph of reason. You see, gentlemen, Ms. Du Bois, rules are not walls to confine the exceptional. They are merely sheet music, and some of us are born to compose our own symphonies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe a celebratory nocturne is in order. List, I think, something suitably triumphant. Do see yourselves out, and mind the thorns on your way. They bite. Berlin, Andrés de Fonollosa, 1. Petty tyrants, 0. The true art, my friends, isn't in breaking the rules. It's in revealing how flimsy they truly are, and making your adversaries dance to your tune. Now, Maestro Liszt, if you please, let the symphony continue.